Hey guys, Justin here from Simplified Investing. I hope you guys are all having a great weekend. As you can tell from the title of this video, this will be our weekly watch list where we do a market breakdown as well as the 5 plays that we are watching for the week. Before I get started, if you are interested in joining our private team to get our course alerts and more, feel free to check out simplified-investing.com today, and we would love to have you guys on board. That being said, the 5 plays this week, the first one being Qualcomm, second one being Nvidia, third one being Lucid, fourth one being Airbnb, and then the fifth one being Peloton. Hope you guys all have a great weekend and a great green week trading this week, and look forward to trading with those of you on the team on Monday. Enjoy. So getting things started for those of you who have watched our previous videos, the first thing that we like to do is break down the market, and what we're going to be using for the market in this particular video is going to be /NQ, which for those of you who don't know is going to be the NASDAQ futures, which will track the NASDAQ market. Reason we do this is it's more heavily tech weighted, growth stock weighted, which is a majority of what we trade and a majority of the feedback that we got from you guys on what you trade. That being said, looking here at /NQ, you can see we pushed to all-time highs here on Friday, pulling back from that 16,448.50 region. We actually had a very strong opening session, a morning session, into continued lower lows here on /NQ. Some weakness here in the afternoon session on the market. Seeing continued lows here. If we do go into the 5-day, 5-minute, you can see after we had this strong morning section, we formed this reversal 1110 and basically made these lower lows all the way down to 16,300, where we found a support region, which we have touched multiple times here on Thursday, Wednesday, and then also in the Friday morning session. So going back to the daily chart here, looking very strong on /NQ. Again, when you are pushing to all-time highs, you either have to use an intraday level or a whole dollar region here to find those support and resistance levels, as this is going to be uncharted territory. Personally, watching this, I'm expecting some resistance here around 16,500. being a whole dollar region above here on /NQ. Watching that in the coming week, and again, as always, if you have an all-time high here where you pulled back from, that is going to be a crucial level as well. So we're seeing that at 16,448.50. As for a support, if we do zoom back in on the 5-day, 5-minute, that's 16,300 region, providing a strong amount of bid levels below here. So we'll draw that one so you guys have a level in the coming week. That 16,300 level is going to be a strong support level below here on /NQ. If we do see some selling pressure here, and again, likely that 16,448 region, and then above that at 16,500, going to be key levels here on the coming week for /NQ. For the first play of the week, one that we've played recently, Qualcomm. Great day here on Friday. Typically, what you see here on Qualcomm is a narrow movement here, but we set up for a perfect power earnings gap move here. We've reported a very strong earnings on Wednesday. You can see this continual gap up here on Qualcomm. Very, very strong here. Now, one thing to note on this one, again, we are trading a large amount of abnormal volume as expected following post-earnings. One thing to note here is we failed to break out here of this 167.73 resistance level, which is where we also failed back here at the beginning of the year and also in February before we corrected all the way down to 125. So for ideal confirmation, I want this volume to continue over this 167.75 region. We'll just round up 2 cents here on this breakout here with potential to see 170 plus on the coming week. So far, we saw some selling pressure here. A lot of ask coming in here on this level, pushing this down almost $4 from that level. So again, a very strong level to watch here for confirmation of a breakout is going to be that 167.75 level. You can see volume coming in here, trading on Thursday. What did we trade here? Almost 50 million shares. Also on Friday, we traded 27 million. So the normal relative range is around 8 million. So we're trading a lot of abnormal volume here on this one. Now we just need to wait for confirmation to play this one with potential to see that 170 plus here in the coming week. As for a support below, that 160 level is going to be a very strong region where bids should be coming in to hold this up if we do get an opening range sell-off on Monday. Second play, second one to watch, one that we've also been trading a lot recently, going to be Nvidia. Now, one thing to note on this one is it's going to have earnings on 11/17. A lot of earnings in the coming week as well. I wanted to mention that for you guys. You can expect a lot higher premiums on those earnings weeks, and we are going into another earnings week here. So NVIDIA, very, very strong move here, as is Qualcomm. A lot of secular strength in this, same with like AMD. Sector strong, very strong here, making continued highs. What I want to see is that 314 level here. You can see these long wicks, which indicates a lot of selling pressure in between here. So you can see here on 11.4, we pushed all the way up to 314, sold off to a close at 298. So you can see how much selling pressure is above that 300 level, especially at 314. Same thing here on Friday. We pushed up right to that 314 level and we closed all the way down here at that 296.51 level. So a lot of selling, waiting on 314 breakout for this one. I do think we can see 320 plus in the coming week if we can confirm on NVIDIA with volume. You can see volume down here. Trading a large amount of abnormal volume recently, leading to this higher volatility that we have been seeing. Personally, for myself, for an ideal move on this one, watching this over 314 with potential to see 320 in the coming week on this one. The third one that's been flying under the radar for a lot of people. We had this initial move back here at the end of October. People were watching it and then they lost track of it. It's going to be Lucid. Lucid trying to form this perfect cup breakout here. You guys can see this cup trying to form here. Breakout over this $40 region, which we failed on, was that 1028? Also failed here on 11.1 and a false breakout here on 1029. Finally confirming that breakout here. Now let's see if we can confirm the cup breakout in the coming weeks. So as always, you always want to draw these levels, get a good visualization. We get this $40 breakout right here. Draw that level. Now we have that support level below. If we do pull back here tomorrow, expecting that 40 area to provide a strong amount of bids, volume coming back in, which is always going to be the leader of what we're looking at, is we want to see that abnormal volume. Lucid fitting this to a T. Confirming that breakout here. I do think that we can see 45 potential here on this one in the coming week. This is going to be an intraday play here. It has earnings on 11/15, so you can expect higher inflated premiums on that leading up to those earnings. But again, Lucid, very, very strong, breaking out of this consolidation base that we formed at the beginning of February. Almost a full 8 months of consolidation here, finally breaking to the upside, confirming that breakout over 40, buying pressure coming back in. Now let's see if we can get that 45 level here in the coming week on Lucid. The fourth one, another power earnings gap move potential, and that is going to be on Airbnb. Same similar setup, a lot of consolidation here. After the IPO, we did push up to 220. Consolidation, sideways action, volume finally coming back in, which again, as I mentioned, can be expected with earnings. That is the typical reaction is you do get abnormal volume on earnings. So this volume isn't that significant, but if we continue that volume on Monday, that will be significant here on Airbnb. Personally, liking this one over 200. Next level above is going to be this 210 region, which you can see all these wicked selling pressures over that 210 level, indicating the amount of selling pressure that is in this general region. A breakout over 210, will be eyeing this one to scalp this to the upside with volume. Again, volume is the leader in everything that you look at. That's personally what I'm going to be watching if we can get continued volume, or if the volume just dies off after this, I will not be trusting this setup as much. The last play, one that's been hit really hard recently, is going to be Peloton. This earnings gap down, very, very big gap down, a bad earnings report. And what we're seeing here on the weekly chart, obviously a lot of weakness here. However, this 56.29 level is going to be crucial to play this to the downside here for puts. Or if we form a reversal at this level, potential to look into calls here on this bottom bounce. But so far, trying to break down of this 56.29 region. If we do confirm the breakdown here, let's look at the daily chart, give you a closer perspective. You can see we gapped all the way down here. Now let's see if we can get that continued selling pressure. Again, a crazy amount of abnormal volume on this one, similar to the other ones that followed that earnings setup. But looking very, very strong here. Does have that potential for 50 below. If we can confirm below this support level on Monday, would like to see continued selling pressure, pushing this to the downside. Again, anytime you have something down 35%, you always want to keep that on your radar for the following day to, one, see if you can get a reversal, or two, see if you can get a continued trend move in that general direction. So watching Peloton, waiting on confirmation. I do think this one does have potential for 50 within the coming week. That being said, that wraps up our watch list video for the week. If you did enjoy this video, if you could give it a thumbs up and subscribe, would be greatly appreciated. Again, if you are interested in getting our course alerts and more, feel free to check out simplified-investing.com today. We would love to have you guys on board. Hope you guys are all having a great weekend and look forward to trading with you guys on Monday. Thank you.